Hello, Kula here. Hope you guys are having a great day. For this video, I wanted to share with you guys my Lorac Resort palette. This was a special edition palette that I believe was released online only from like Nordstrom or Outlook or something. I don't really remember. I didn't really care too much about it at the time because I knew there's no way I was going to get my hands on this. I believe this originally retailed for like $20 or something, so this was a really great deal on this palette. I never really set out to pick this up. Like, this wasn't, like I said, something I was looking out for. But I do follow Nouveau Cheap. I follow her on Instagram and I do check out the blog because it's a really great way to find really good deals on makeup. And she was occasionally posting like this was going to be available on Outlook. I think this sold out super duper quick on Outlook. And then she posted that it was available inside physical Nordstrom Rack. So I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But again, like, I never set out to get this. But then my husband and I, we went to the Mall of America. There's a Nordstrom Rack in the Mall of America. They tend to have a pretty good selection of products. So we stopped in there and lo and behold, they actually had quite a few of these. And they were even cheaper than they were when they first came out. So this was only $14.97, and honestly, like $15 for a 10 product palette, could not say no to that. I mean, I figured I'd give it a try if the pigmentation wasn't up to speed or anything. Like, it's still like $15. Like, I think the L'Oreal nudes palettes are $20, which is more than this. So picked it up, very happy about it. This is actually a really great palette. I don't think you can necessarily do like a lot of interesting looks with it. I am wearing everything in here but two products today on my face, and I thought it performed really great, especially for just for a $15 palette. But I don't think you could really get away eyeshadow wise with this being your only palette. Like, I think the point of this was you could take this on vacation when you take anything else, just because I don't see the variety that I would really like. But this is kind of what's in here. You get 6 eyeshadows, and then you get, well, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and then a really big highlighter. So this is the palette right here. It's just cardboardy, but it's actually really like high quality cardboard. It's not cheap cardboard, it's plastic covered. This is the palette, super duper cute. This is the back, kind of says the Resort Eyeshadow Eye and Cheek Palette. Inside you get a mirror, which I won't show you guys because I don't really want to blind you because I'm trying a new lighting setup. But this is the palette here, and as you can see, I've stuck my finger and my brush in all these shades. And again, like, to be honest with you guys, like, it's not perfect, but like for $15, I'm not going to complain that much. I found that I really do like the shades in here, and the cheek product especially impressed me, especially this bronzer here, because it is such a cool tone bronzer. There's no shimmer in it from what I can see, but it's not like a completely chalky matte either, so it blended really well. And like this one, I'm wearing this as my contour, and then this is my blush today, and then this is my highlight, and then I used all the eyeshadow colors except this dark brown, I believe. Yeah, except the dark brown. So I didn't use the dark brown or the mauve blush, but the face products really do make this palette. If that's the only thing you like in here, which is kind of the thing that made me buy this, definitely worth it. I just wanted to swatch these colors for you guys here. So this is the highlight. It's very shimmery. It's almost more of like a yellowy creamy color. It is pretty. It definitely sheers out. It's not my favorite highlight. I think I prefer more of like champagne or pinky ones, but it's pretty. It's not too bad, and it's definitely not like super glittery or anything, which is nice. Probably my least favorite product in here is going to be that highlighter. This next one, this is a matte eyeshadow. This color is so perfect for me because it's like my skin tone almost exactly. Like, you can't even see where I swatched it. So this is an excellent like transition base color for me. I kind of have a hard time, like, I don't really have a lot of eyeshadows that are my like skin color to use as a base eyeshadow because I find them boring, so I don't buy them individually, and you don't see them too often in palettes. But all these shades too, all these shadows and powders and everything, the cheek products in here, they feel really great when you swatch them. They're very soft, they're very buttery. My only other Lorac palette, well, I have 2 other Lorac palettes. I have the summer one from last year from Ulta, and I have like the special edition mint one that was from Sephora, and it feels similar, better, I think, than those palettes. So I think that's really good. This next shade is really gorgeous. I really love the shimmers. The shimmers are what shine in this, and that's what tends to shine in like less expensive palettes as well as the shimmers. But the mattes in here are not bad. They're not chalky or anything. So this is the 3rd color right there, and these don't have names or anything. This is just a really pretty like rose goldy, champagne-y kind of color. So that is it right there. Very pretty. And the shimmers again perform really beautifully in this. This next color is also quite pretty. This is just a shimmery like brown, like with some copper, like a shimmery warm copper brown. Super duper gorgeous. I'm wearing, I use this matte shadow here as my base today, and then I put this on top of it. I used this in like the crease in the outer corner. I used this in my under eye area, and then I used this as top of my gel liner to kind of set it. So that is that brown one right there. Super duper gorgeous. Let me just clean my hand off here quick. We can swatch the others. I only had like 4 swatching fingers. Okay. Clean off. So next we get to this blush. This blush is super duper pretty. Again, like the cheek palettes are definitely what make this palette. That is right there. It's a pink with a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's not... No, is this a matte actually? I can't tell. I think it's a matte. It looks a little bit more matte when I swatch it on my finger like that. Yeah, this is definitely a matte, but like it blends out really well. It's not chalky or anything. And that is it right there. Maybe it does have shimmer. You know what? I honestly can't tell. This might be a demi matte. This might be like an Urban Decay kind of matte where there's still shimmer in it to help it blend better, but absolutely gorgeous. This next one really impressed me. This is the black. This is a matte black, and like 2 swipes, like look at that. Like it is heavily pigmented, which is really surprising in a less expensive palette, but just that is a matte black. That is a matte black. That is gorgeous. That is a black. Like that is so super duper impressive. I was really impressed with that. This is a matte brown next. So there are 3 matte eyeshadows and then 3 shimmers, and then I think 1 matte. Well, I think the bronzer is matte, and then the light blush is like a demi matte, and then the other blush is a shimmer maybe? Maybe that's a matte too. I can't tell. I can't tell. They're demi mattes probably, but that's the matte brown. Very gorgeous. This is all bare skin, no primer or anything. Very good pigmentation on those 2 dark colors, which is really nice. Which might be my downfall was doing swatches, but we'll clean them off here and we'll see. Alright, so this green one is also really pretty. This one I thought was super gorgeous too. It's like a shimmery, like khaki olive kind of green color. And this is what I'm wearing in my outer corner, like I said. Super duper pretty. And then this is the Mauve blush, which, yeah, this is a matte too, or like a demi matte. But I really like this kind of Mauve blush color. This is a very natural color, I think, and very, very wearable. So that is that one there. And then finally, this bronzer is just, I was really also impressed with this bronzer. Like overall, like I'm impressed with this palette, especially for the 15. But this bronzer is just super cool tone, which is really hard to find. And it's just, it blends out really beautifully. It's matte, so there's no shimmer. I think this is a really great contour color. That is it there. So that is kind of my first impressions. I just really wanted to share with you this palette. I'm pretty sure there's tons of videos and blog posts and things about this palette. I don't know how available it still is. I don't know like when Lorac's going to be and how it look next, or whether it's going to be on there, whether you can get this from the Nordstrom Rack website or anything. But as I said, I picked this up in my Nordstrom Rack in the Mall of America. There were like 10 at least left in there. There was actually a bunch of the other like Lorac mini palettes, but those were like $12 for 6 shadows. So I'd rather pay my $15 and get 10 shadows. And yeah, this is definitely a great palette. I'm really happy to have this palette. I'm impressed with the pigmentation in here, and the shade selection is okay. I don't feel like I can get a lot of different looks with it, but I guess if you're going on vacation, like, I mean, there's enough neutrals in there to get a nice neutral look or a smoky eye or something. But I think it's definitely worth it for the face products. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.